For your next assignment, you are going to be creating a how-to PowerPoint. After you have seen all your options and chosen one of the 99 options, you will begin. You're going to open up PowerPoint, and we're just going to go over some basics, which hopefully you know by now. We're going to start by adding in a design. So we're going to click on the Design tab. We have our options over here. We could choose whatever we have here. You can go through them. If you don't like it, just click on another one. Okay, once you have found one that you like, you have a few more options on the side here. You can change the coloring, the theme coloring, until you find something that you like. You can set a font as well. So this would be the default font that comes in with every new slide, and effects as well. Okay, your background style is how your sheet looks, obviously, and you could always come back here to format your background, although we'll be going through another option soon. And if you did not want, for example, to have these bubbles on every slide, you could click on Hide Background Graphic. That will get rid of the graphics just from a particular slide. You see I still have my bubbles over here, but it will not be on the first one, and you could always put them back by unchecking that. Okay, so that is how we set our design, which you must have for your slideshow. If you do not like any options here, you can go to office.com to the templates. There's a separate video on how to get a new template, but you must have some type of template, some type of design. Okay, after you've set your background, we're going to file, save as, and we're going to go to documents. You're going to name your file, first and last name. So I'm just going to write my first and last name, and then the words how to. We only save to LinkStation once we are completely done. This is being saved on your documents. Now, okay, fine. Now, to switch a particular background, so let's say I put in my slides and I don't want this showing here, I wanted a black background. So either we could go to our Design tab and we can go to our background styles and format background, and then we have our options here. Or if we just right click on the background, we could get to format background much quicker. Now for our background, we could use a solid background. We can use a gradient, which it was set to. In our gradient, we could use a preset, and we could change everything and anything basically about this preset. We can change how it's moving. We can move over the colors. Okay, we can change the colors in here. So there's a lot that we can add. We can add in, these are called stops. So I can add in a stop to where I want the color to be coming from. I can remove a stop the same way I added it. Everything can be changed and played around. Okay, the next thing we have is picture or texture. A texture are the ones that are here already. If you wanted to use a picture, something in specific, you're going to click on File. You would have to find a picture that you have saved. So let's say this would be, okay, I'm going to use this brick wall and click on Insert. Then I could have this as my background and I don't have to worry about it moving. A fill pattern is something that they have here. Again, you can change all your options and all your colors. This is a little dizzying, but if you like that, you could use it. And again, we can also hide our background graphics over here. Okay, I'm going to go back to this, and I'm just going to close it because I don't want it. Okay, so here we have, you can see it's still in the same theme, but it's a little bit different. That's how you can change your background. Now, to add in additional slides, we're going to make sure we're on our Home tab and click on, if you just click on New Slide, it will come in like this. If you click on the little arrow, you have some options of what your slide will come in looking like, with text boxes, with picture boxes. That is up to you. If you have set up a slide that you like, you want to reuse that slide and just change a few elements, you're going to click on Duplicate Selected Slide. That's going to be a much faster way of getting in the slide. Okay, so now we have our slides. When we start typing, I'm going to go back here. Some of the slides have text boxes. Some of them don't. If you do not have a text box, you cannot write. So you're going to make sure that you have a text box. You're going to click and drag. When you are adding in a text box in PowerPoint, it automatically jumps back to be the size of one line. And as you type, it will continue to get bigger and bigger as you type. You cannot stretch the text box. It will just jump back to be that size, but again, as you type, it will come in. Now, when you're typing, of course, you get the drawing tools, which we have in all of our PowerPoint, in all of our Microsoft programs. We can add in text effects here, shadow, all these different things. We're going to make sure that on each slide you have at least one word art, so you can, play around with those options. Not everything should look like this, because then it is very difficult to read. To get pictures, you can use clip art over here. The other options you have are as follows. You can use K9 Safe Search Images, or if you go to RYJ CompLab, there's another little tab called Extras. If you go to Clip Art and Images, you'll come up with this page. Some of them are clip art looking pictures, some of them are real looking pictures. So you can go through and find what you need. For example, I found this picture. If it would be appropriate for what you need, I'm going to right click and copy image. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. I'm going to right click, and you notice you have three options. We want to have our picture option come up. Now, when you put in a picture, it doesn't look very nice to have this white box. So when we add in anything, we get our Format tab. I'm going to click on Remove Background. Notice how everything turned purple. All the purple is what is going to be removed. So I'm just dragging out the box to pick up all of that white. Now it still didn't pick up my feet. So what am I going to do? I'm going to click on Mark Areas to Keep. And I'm going to start marking along, well, that worked in one shot, where I wanted it to add to. If I wanted to remove certain areas, I could click on that. Okay, so you're going to go along and find the areas that you want and click on Keep Changes, and that looks like a much better picture. You can play with all the different picture options. Hopefully you know these. You can bring to the back, send it forward, and now I have my image. Remember that these text boxes, the dotted lines, do not appear in your final slideshow. So if you have an extra box, it doesn't matter. If you would like to get rid of it, you can just select on the dotted line and hit delete. The next thing that we have, actually that's what we're going to start with. We'll have a second video for the final part.